Hey, Sana.
Oh, still off by that much. Try it again.
Hi. My name is Misha Bangs, and welcome to We Need to Talk. What we do here is we have conversations about different things, and I need to admit this. I haven't been around for a while, and especially in the YouTube space, this is actually my first video ever. Like, ever of myself. Like, ever. So I'm a little nervous. I'm not really sure what exactly to, what to expect, how to really put this together. So here we go. Welcome to this channel. Welcome to this journey. As I said, my name is Misha Bangs, Misha Bango. I'm 27 years old. I'm turning 28 in a couple of days. And I am a daughter, a mother, a fiance. If you like it, put a ring on it. I'm a child of God. I'm a content creator in my own different ways. So previously, I've been creating content in the space of marketing, digital content, and also in radio content. But now I'm ready to actually step out and create my own type of content. And that's why we are here, right? Anyways, this is not going to be about me. This particular one is going to be about 3 books that have absolutely changed my life and 3 books that I absolutely love reading at the beginning of a new year. So the first one is going to be, I'm going to insert it here because I've borrowed it to a friend at the time I'm recording this. It is The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And I'm telling you something, it is actually one of those books. I read it maybe 2 years ago and it absolutely transformed my life. I think maybe I'll go into more detail about the steps I was able to make because I read that book in my life. But more than anything, that book taught me the power of a routine, the power of knowing what you're going to do and actually doing it. And that it allowed me to start seeing and having extra time in my life that I didn't have before, and having dreams I didn't have before, because now I had control of my time. So the essence of that book is really talking about wake up at 5 a.m. and start your day in a powerful way. So there's 3 different steps, right? First of all, you get up, you work out for 20 minutes. Second of all, you then start, you're praying or you're reading or your spiritual life. You ignite your spiritual life in the next 20 minutes. And then the last one is where you then get some form of information in you. So read a book, listen to a podcast, do something that those 3 steps are, and you are meant to do these things at 5 a.m. That's the craziest part. So it's a book. I gave it to my friend and he's currently reading it. I'm excited for him to come back, so maybe we can discuss it together when it's back. Hopefully. The second book I actually have with me right here is The 4 Agreements. This is by Don Miguel Reyes. And this was recommended to me by my previous boss at a lovely company I used to work for. And it's actually got 4 different agreements that you need to think about and utilize in your own life, right? I do believe that some books, like the ones I'm talking to you about today, are books that you should not neglect. Like, read them as many times as you can. And when you feel like the principles in the book are fading in you, that's when you read it again, Here it talks about the first agreement, which is be impeccable with your word. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. I love that chapter personally, don't take anything personally. And then the third one is don't make any assumptions. A really great one as well. And the fourth agreement, always do your best. The way this fourth one actually also transformed my life is really, really incredible, because I was in a space where I was working, and this chapter about always do your best talks about your best is whatever it is in that moment. And that's on per, like, if your best in this particular moment is something, you maybe not your best on another day, but remember, in the moment, that is your best. And if you've done your absolute best, there's nothing else you can do. Leave it, let it go, move on to the next thing, and give that your best. So as I start this year, I've been rereading this book. It is, once again, Don Miguel Reyes, The 4 Agreements. And then the third, but my goodness, this one is third for a reason, because it shifted my world once again. When I first read it three years ago, right? So he was my boyfriend at the time, but now he's my fiance. He had come home with this book for himself. And when I was reading 5 a.m. Club, he was reading The Secret. The Secret. The Secret. Like, okay, I know this is like an unpopular opinion. Some people don't believe in it. Some people think, it's wishful thinking. I think that The Secret is powerful because it tells us where our minds should be. Where should our mind be? And that is so important because as we start off a new year, where's your mind? What are you thinking? And look at the previous year of your life and ask yourself if you've been able to achieve or do the things you wanted to do at the beginning of that year. Do you feel like you got relaxed? Do you feel like you were now in a place of negativity and there was just like the vibrations around you were not vibing with you and they weren't what you wanted for your own life? And I think this book is the one that every time I read it and I relearn these principles, I come back to it. And I find that my life becomes so much lighter and so much nicer and easier. So The Secret is essentially talking about like attract like. Thoughts become things. What you feed your mind is what you will see in your life. The Secret is talking about the things you think about are you literally designing your life. So if you think negative thoughts and then negative things happen, it's the law of attraction. You are attracting those negative things into your life. So I'm not going to go too in depth about this one. If you really want to read it, pick it up, any bookstore, they have it. The Secret. And for me, as I start this year, I've been learning to vibrate on a different level. I'm learning to vibrate and have thoughts about where I want to be. And the most amazing part that this book talks about is our positive thoughts have more power than our negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are always going to be there. They're always going to be there. But it's up to us to decide and say, you know what? My negative thoughts have no power. So even if a thought will come and say, oh, Mika, you're useless. It has no power. Because the one I do think, Mika, you are so useful. You are so incredible. Whatever it is that I want to see myself as, that is more important. That is more powerful. So I challenge you, tell me which books do you absolutely love reading at the beginning of the year. Maybe you've read some of the books I talked about. How did they impact you or your life? And maybe what you learned from this video. But yeah, as we come to the end of it, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you feel like someone in your life would take great value in this content and learning about these books or finding out about them, because I promise you, anyone that I recommend these books to has said, wow, yeah, you weren't lying. This was a powerful book. And thank you so much, so much for joining me on this first episode of this new adventure. It's Mika Banks. I'll see you soon.